Good morning, all. Suburban Sentinel here with a quick update on the fight over gun rights here in the state of Connecticut. As many of you already know, the state, in its infinite stupidity, passed a variety of draconian gun laws in response to the Sandy Hook school shootings in 2012. Among those laws are a ban on quote-unquote assault weapons, otherwise known as modern sporting rifles, available at Walmarts across the rest of the nation, and many other guns with pistol grips and other features. Because as we all know, rifles with pistol grips are bound to just jump up on their own and kill children. In addition, normal capacity magazines are now banned. In point of fact, any magazine with a capacity of more than 10 rounds for either rifle or pistol is banned. Now, pre-existing firearms and magazines can be grandfathered in. However, these weapons, at least legally, are supposed to be registered. That is, the weapon and the magazine. As many of you might also know, most Connecticut gun owners refuse to register their weapons and magazines on the ground that the law is unconstitutional in so many aspects. Well, it was bound to happen, but we now have the first prosecution in the state for an unregistered quote-unquote assault weapon and unregistered large capacity magazines. Now, I don't have all the relevant facts about the case, at least not yet, and I don't want to talk out of school. However, I do want to share that which we have been able to confirm. The underlying incident took place in the city of Milford, Connecticut. Now, even though Milford is technically a city, it's really just a medium-sized town. It's about 50,000 people, a suburb of New Haven, and this really is the burbs. You know, with the small houses, middle class, you got the malls and the fast food joints. So it's certainly not what would be normally called a city, nor is it the country. This is suburban America at its finest. The accused, and I won't use his name, at least not in this video, was on his own property, a single-family home, and using a rifle of undetermined make and model, shot a squirrel. And by the way, later we found out that the rifle used was not an assault weapon for the purposes of the Connecticut statute. Anyway, a police officer directing traffic nearby heard the shot and went over to investigate, found the accused and the dead squirrel, and arrested the accused. In addition, the officer went into the accused's home and impounded several other firearms, including an unregistered assault weapon and unregistered large capacity magazines. The criminal complaint alleges one count of illegal discharge of a firearm, which is a Class C misdemeanor, one count of cruelty to animals, which is a Class A misdemeanor, 3 counts of possession of an unregistered high-capacity magazine, each of which is an infraction, and 1 count of failure to register a machine gun, which is a felony. Now, if you have heard this story on other media outlets, they probably have reported different charges. However, I'm taking these charges right from the state's website. Let's see if I can push this up there. And there they are. I'm not saying that the other media outlets were incorrect. The criminal charges may have been changed or modified from the arresting officer to counts that the state believes it can prove. So if you've seen this in other media outlets, beware, the charges may be different. But I'm taking my information directly from the state. Again, we do not have all of the relevant facts surrounding this case, but that which we do know raises some interesting questions. First of all, the underlying misdemeanor charges arising out of shooting a squirrel occurred outside the accused's dwelling home. By what authority did the arresting officer enter into the dwelling home? That's one very basic question. Another basic question is, under what authority did the arresting officer seize firearms that were not part of the assault weapons ban and were not required to be registered? A second very interesting question. Once we establish all of the relevant facts, we can then determine whether this case would be the appropriate vehicle for challenging the constitutionality of the new Connecticut laws. If and when that happens, we have a deep bench of legal talent and a significant war chest of money with which to fight. So I will give you updates as they become available. Thanks for watching. This is the Suburban Sentinel. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see. Questions and enlightening comments are always welcome. Shoot safely, everybody.